Hello everyone, this is theStC here, back with some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm 1v1 action. We're going to be picking up right where we left off in the Red Bull series, and this is, of course, from the round of 4. Scarlett managing to hack her way through a bunch of Koreans to actually make it here, and now she's going to try and do it to make it to the finals. Up in the top right side, it's the person I've been talking about. It is going to be Acer Scarlett, and down in the bottom left side, sending out an SOS after that last game, getting absolutely crushed by eOnZerG, which does tend to happen a lot for Protoss. Dealing with Mass Mutant and Corruptor can be quite tough if you're never able to get out the Archons and anti-air needed to deal with it, and he wasn't able to in that game. Will he be able to do it in this game? We're waiting to find out. It is, of course, sOs. And looks like he is going to go ahead and go for a very fast forge expand here, placing down his first pylon here. Decides not to scout out right away and might actually just be going for a Nexus first. That is really the only option he has right now. If Scarlett was to go for an early pool, which she actually is a relatively early pool, not the earliest pool I've seen, as she does have the 8 drones right there. And actually, is that drone going to be scouting it right now? It looks like it will be, as these Lings will be most likely running directly through the center of the map. This is going to be a super early timed attack by Scarlett. This is what we like to call mind games, and currently Scarlett is winning that build order advantage. Now, right now, you may look at the worker count and be like, oh my god, that's 14-8. That's way ahead for sOs. Well, keep in mind, if he delays his mining, if he loses a couple of probes, all of a sudden this game's not looking great for him. Now, he does have a Nexus on the way, so these Lings, if they run the correct way, oh, that drone actually stopped just a little bit. The Lings are going to want to continue to run directly to the center of the map. Now, unfortunately for Scarlett, she won't know exactly where her opponent is, but it does look like she now knows that there is no one down in the bottom right side, so sOs gonna have to deal with it, as the Lings are actually headed just directly there. I don't think that the probe saw exactly what was going on there. Actually, how does this work out? As we have a forge on the way, not a gateway. Here comes the Lings running on in. sOs going to realize, uh-oh, this is not a good situation, especially since that second pylon is not going to be powering anything worthwhile. Now, if he would have done a gateway first, this actually would have been a disaster for him, because it would have become 100% unpowered. There's going to be the 18 probes to only the 9 drones that Scarlett currently has. There's a cannon on the way. You can see, though, that Korean probes, they literally do not die. A couple of them are going down. Here's the Lings right there. It's still not enough to engage directly, but if you take a look at the income, basically nothing for sOs. So I think he did buy enough time for this cannon to essentially be completed, but Scarlett is going to have to expand now, is going to have to work on getting out those queens with just a little bit of micro there from sOs, keeping the probes alive as long as he possibly can, but he is losing so many of his probes right now. It is, like we said before, now 10 probes to 12. The cannon is done. Did Scarlett actually do enough damage there, though? Keep in mind, she is going to be ahead in the income tab for now, just because those probes were not mining, but now she's gonna have to go for her own base. Overall, I would say it's about even. I think Scarlett's gonna have a slight edge right now in the amount of workers that she was able to kill, coupled with the amount of delayed mining that actually took place there. So I would say that she's doing okay. The main problem, though, is that Protoss do have Chrono Boost, and Protoss also have, well, a double Nexus in this game, so twice the amount of workers going to be produced than in a normal game. There's going to be a gateway on the way. sOs doing a really good job of keeping that cannon alive. Now he's going to be completely protected by it and continue forward. So already this series, very peculiar and yet very interesting. The Lings right now trying to spot where that probe is headed. Got to try and spot if there's any sort of proxy pylons coming on down. And really, sOs is just trying to find out where his opponent is, as he wasn't able to spot that scouting before. You can see the probe before, like, went up here and was like, ruh-roh, gotta head back home, and goes down that way. Still is not spotted, and unfortunately for sOs, he's losing more mining time by having 2 probes out on the field trying to scout around. This probe might actually go down as well if the angles are not good enough. The Lings slowly going to be gaining. Remember, 2.81 movement speed, 2.95 for the Lings, so they do move a little bit quicker, is able to kill off that probe. And this probe over here is like, dang nabbit, now I got to go scout the top right side. So that probe's chances of survival, not looking great. Not looking great at all. Another probe moving. Actually, not sure what that probe was doing. That might have been a bad rally point, as currently this Nexus does not have a rally point, so getting a little bit flustered. Or maybe it doesn't show the rally point. I guess it doesn't show the rally point on this version of the map. But either way, getting a little bit flustered, almost losing yet another probe. This one will be scouting out. Scarlett's going to be in a great spot right now. She is ahead in supply technically. Let's take a look at the worker count. 28 a piece, actually. 28. So sOs has been going crazy macro mode, realizing that he was behind a little bit after losing that many probes, but now has his work gate on the way. The Zealot can be moving out there. there, does not get any kills. The Lings wising up, realizing that that is not a fight that they want to take. But Scarlett also being quite annoying with the Lings overall, just kind of keeping them out on the field, keeping that Zealot at bay, letting the Zealot know, hey, I know exactly where you are. As that Ling there just getting a little feisty, gonna go ahead and poke down that Zealot for just one. And actually the Zealot's just gonna go ahead and camp out by the watchtower. Not that bad of a choice. The probe over here scouting the expansion, notices the timing of the creep, so he knows that this expansion was not built a long time ago, as that creep is still spreading. Also probably saw that there was no queen there either, just a little poke in. Usually the queen's gonna be right in this area. So sOs, while not feeling great, is probably not going to be as worried as if he would have spotted third base, as if he would have spotted a huge army headed his way or something like that. He's got to try and follow this up with an Oracle. Unfortunately, he is supply blocked. It was just for a moment, and he didn't waste his Chrono Boost or anything like that. But the Overlord right now could easily scout this if he wanted to, just kind of float on down a tiny bit. Would be able to see that before getting killed off. Here's the Oracle right now. Something that we've seen a lot of Protoss players using lately. I mean, we've seen MC use this unit a lot. Really ever since this game came out, he's been using the Oracle quite a bit, but so we've been seeing it more and more recently. Another probe looks like he's going to go down, meeting an early demise, as those Lings, they got something to keep them busy. Whoever kills the probe gets a promotion. Was it this guy? Was he the one? He is the one. Now he's still Predator. He will be killed off by Arnold Schwarzenegger a little bit later. But for now, we do have quite the wall-in, kind of a wonky wall-in shaping up here for sOs. As if units were to roll in here like Banelings or even Master Roach, they would have a lot of things to be able to attack there, which is going to be favoring Zerg. But it does look like sOs is going to go ahead and move in with his Oracle. Also spots the Dinosaur, which is going to be blasting right here inside of his main base. Scarlett just going to town, could kill off this Nexus quite easily. Probably wants to go for the pylon first to just power the cannon that is warping in. There is a Mothership Core there as well, which will get taken out almost instantly. The Oracle up here, though, is up to 6 kills. Are all of those workers? Yes, they are. So going to be evening up that score in a big way. The Hydra's over here trying to save these drones, but still going to be losing a couple drones here now. 9 kills on that Oracle. He is now a Mentor. Not sure what he's going to be mentoring, but apparently he is pretty good at that. More cannons are on the way, but these are desperation cannons if I've ever seen them. Sure, they'll save this expansion, but you've already lost your main base. You're going up against 2 bases from Scarlett, so not looking good for sOs. The Oracle, though, is able to slow down the damage just a little bit. But really, it's kind of like blocking one punch and then getting punched directly back in the face again. I mean, sure, it did a little bit, but is it enough? And look at this creep thread going crazy here in the main base. And looks like the Void Ray might actually be able to kill off this Nightstorm, trying to trap some of the Hydras. Will they be able to escape? Actually, the Queen says, well, I'm going to heal it and then escape anyways. The one Hydra's like, hey, guys, I'm here for the party. Guys, as all the other Hydras kind of laugh at him. It does look like the Oracle here, though, continuing to get some kills, up to 13 now. Workers killed is exactly 13, so the Oracle doing a great job here. It is completely out of energy, though. Keep in mind, Oracles are just blindingly fast. Got to be able to save that Oracle, no problem. Another Void Ray is going to be on the way. An additional cannon being thrown down, as I feel like sOs is just terrified right now. I mean, he can't leave his base. He's literally stuck in this little corner right now. Void Ray does manage to take that out. Once again, the party Hydralisk is ready to party. Unfortunately, this is just a creep party, which is not really very fun. Even for Zerg, they don't even like creep parties, man. I mean, who wants to go to a party where everyone's pooping all day? We do have lots of probes over here. This is actually oversaturated right now. A hallucinated Phoenix coming out, trying to spot exactly what's going on. But remember that the Overlord pooping creep, there's these creep tumors down now, and really gonna have to use energy on the Oracle if he hopes to clean those up. One little Hydra is gonna get taken out. If you ever wondered how much damage one Hydra does to a Void Ray, well, now you know. It's basically 100 there. Not even going to be able to break through the shields right now, which means that Void Ray is looking to be in pretty good shape. But can sOs actually recover from this? I mean, maybe if he can delay an expansion from Scarlett coming up long enough, then it'll be 1 base versus 2. I guess technically Zerg should always be a base ahead, so maybe that would work out. But guess what? Here's that third base going to be on the way. More creep spread over here, more Nidus Worm action, and even an Overseer to see exactly what's going on. And this is very uncomfortable for sOs. I mean, look at the mini-map. What is this series? I feel like we're watching a Bronze League Heroes right now. It does look like the Oracle is going to help clean these up. And remember that the creep tumors do count as armored, so the Void Ray is going to be able to kill those off super quickly. Not that creep tumors can really fight back, but what they can do is even after they die, they take forever to recede, so this creep recedes very slowly. That is always one benefit of Zerg. If you're able to block a Protoss player's base, it's going to take a while for them to get it back. We do have creep tumors finally going to be going down for Scarlett inside of her natural here to try and push out from the center, as opposed to just building basically at your opponent's base. Lots of queens, though, are mixed in here once again. That Zealot right there trying to sound the alarm, but this is just going to be super, super frustrating for sOs because he needs a Colossus out. He does have one. Is it enough, though, to do anything with just the one Colossus? It's kind of hard to tell. We do have the Hallucinated Phoenix over here tricking us. He's not actually doing damage, but I guess the Overlords don't do that. They're kind of dramatic, man. It's kind of like soccer players. It's like, really, are you hurt, or are you just making a big old scene? As the Oracle right now is up to 13 kills and is still trying to find the weakness in Scarlett's defenses. So far, it does look like the Nexus may go down here pretty soon. A cannon preemptively going down as he just has too much money. I mean, he can't really throw down too many more gateways because then he can't really move out of his base. And he doesn't want to sit on too much money, though, because he's just, well, doing just that, sitting on the money. So he's waiting for the creep spread to recede right there, but it takes forever. I don't know the exact timing on that, but it definitely takes quite a long time. And actually, a Changeling going to be chilling out over here and seeing everything that's going on. So it looks like the Changeling, does get taken out, but Saba was on the way from the Stargate, saw what the army was made of, saw if there's any upgrades or not, and now is going to be seeing exactly what the unit composition is as these creep tumors do go down. So it looks like sOs finally kind of pushing himself back into this game. But I mean, look at this. It's 3 bases to 1 with a 4th one on the way. So Scarlett playing it very safe, but very smart. I think she's going to be up 2-0 in this series. And the reason I say that is because by the time this army moves out, we're going to have Corruptors. We're going to have vastly superior upgrades, to be completely honest. And also just a huge macro to back it up. Now, sOs is actually double expanding right now. A Nexus in the main base, 1 at the 3rd base. Might even have to go for something crazy like a 4th base right now, because I really don't know what sOs can do to get back in this other than just power workers like crazy. Needs to still even be making them at this 1 Nexus just so he has enough, and he agrees as he has it on the way right now. Hallucinated Phoenix does get taken out, and honestly at this point it can be so tempting for sOs to go for Colossus, but with the Corruptors on the way, you need to get that anti-air. What is the anti-air going to be in the form of? Right now it is a 2nd Stargate, could be for Void Rays, could be for Phoenix. Don't know that Mass Oracle is really going to be the way to go. Looks like yet another Hallucinated Phoenix over here. Just trying to see, you know what, are there Mutalisks, or is it, are there Corruptors, or is there anything else I need to worry about? And right now the answer is yes, there's a lot you need to worry about between those Hydras and Corruptors. This is going to be a very, very stellar army composition here for Scarlett. sOs quickly falling behind in supply, as is to kind of be expected in this situation. It does look like the next inside the main base is going to be nearly done. There is a Changeling over here spotting that there is indeed a base going down. Scarlett may realize, you know what, this is kind of my time to punish this, as she could attack before the economy kicks in, even off that base inside the main. The next stop in the main base. But these probes are still long since mining just for a second as they do show up to the grand opening. But right now, Scarlett's got the economy, she's got the tech, and she also has the Night Swarms to reinforce almost instantly. And you can see right now that she is out for blood. She's ready to go. Photon Overcharge is in range somehow of those Hydras, that Link leaving a very dramatic pile of blood. But at this point, even with the Hallucinated Colossus, I don't know if they're even absorbing any of the damage. Looks like so far the answer is no. Sure, they go down, but really the Corruptors are focused on the right Colossus here, so it's not going to go very well for sOs. I don't know how he could possibly hope to hold this base. I think the answer is, well, he can't. Scarlett getting a great engagement right now. Got to be pushing down here, takes out the 3rd, and the main base, sure, it's mining now, but he needed that 3rd base because now it's 2 bases versus 4 for Scarlett. Scarlett could easily expand on the back of this. She has the money, she has the income, and she already has quite a few workers at 69. Taking a look at the income right now, 2,000 to 1,200. You do not have to be a math major to realize that that is great for Zerg. Not so good versus Protoss, as another Colossus could go down. The Void Ray is actually in a pretty good spot. It's going to scare those Corruptors away, but really he needs the Void Rays for the Hydralisks, and there's just so many Hydras that Void Rays cannot compete. Now, remember, if he was to have like 15 Void Rays, then these Hydras would do basically nothing because they would be dying almost instantly. But the fact of the matter is he's only got 2 Void Rays, trying to work on more. He needs a Colossus to back them up, and he's basically trying to hard counter what Scarlett has. Void Rays are great versus Corruptors, Colossus are great versus Hydralisks, but I don't know about these numbers. I just feel like Scarlett has way too many units for sOs to ever recover from. We're just going to have to wait and see, though, if the Hydras kind of fib it up or get completely force-fielded or something. I don't really know what they could do. But we do have the 1 Ling up there trying to scout exactly what's going on. The Colossus says no way. Corruptors, though, they are flying, so that's going to be just fine. Needs to take out the Corruptors as soon as he possibly can. The Transfuses, though, coming down, even with the prismatic alignment, it's taking a long time. time to kill off these Corruptors. They finally do go down. The Colossus, though, taking a lot of damage. Scarlett realizing, all right, Zerg are still bad at fighting uphill battles. I concede. I'll go ahead and retreat for now. She may have to go for a Nice Worm in the main, may have to go for just Mass Muta. Really, she has a lot of options, and sticking with just pure Hydra is probably not one of the better ones. You can see this Colossus already has 6 kills. The other Colossus has 6 kills as well. I believe they both have 6. Now up to 8 there, as sOS, as long as he plays his card safe, might be able to keep these Colossus alive, but nope, that's not going to happen at all. Way too many Corruptors here showing up to the Kill Protoss party, which are the best kind of parties if you're not a fan of the Protoss race. And there's going to be the GG Scarlett. Actually able to be up 2-0 right now versus this extremely powerful Korean player. And now moving forward, Scarlett just has to win 1 game, and she will win this best of 5, but do not count sOS out by any means. I always say this all the time. It could come down to the wire. We'll find out, actually, in game number 3. Hope you guys enjoy it, and of course, I'll see you guys next time.